Hey everybody, Roger Levin here with your orthodontic referral marketing pearl of the week. As you know, I often go very niche to a very narrow, small area, and I'm going to do that in this video. Dental hygienists in referring offices. Now, there's this whole theory that general dentists are doing all the ortho. By the way, completely untrue. 50% of them do almost no ortho, 30% do a small amount, and you're focused on that 20% that annoy you because they do almost everything and then send you the cases that aren't working out. I understand that from a psychological standpoint, but we need to look at real data, and we've observed the numbers that I just shared with you. Now, let's just take a moment and think that I can get referrals from referring practices and I'd like more. Well, we've talked a lot about referring doctors. Let's talk about dental hygienists. These are people who see 8 patients a day, day after day after day. Some practices have 1 hygienist, some have 3 or even more. Some have multiple doctors, some have multiple hygiene rooms. Getting the hygienist thinking about your service and liking your practice is a powerful way to go. But what have you done for them? They're back in the hygiene room when your professional relations coordinator, what we call the PRC, is visiting the office, dropping things off, hanging out at the front desk, asking key liaison questions like, is there anything else we can do to make it easy for you to refer to us? Is there anything we can do to improve the patient experience? Simply by asking those questions, great relationship building, but that's up at the front desk. The hygienists are back here. So we need to design some strategies to touch the hygienist because they see ortho in children. That's a little more obvious, and adults. General practices don't typically spend their day looking for adult orthodontic patient referrals. Typically, the patient brings it up. They ask about aligners or smiles. They don't like the way they look on Zoom. But here's our theory at Levin Group. Everybody's on Zoom or other platforms and looking at how do I look? How's my nose, my ears, my face, my smile? Wow. What does this all mean? Facial plastic surgeons are exploding with busyness because of this. And teeth, to me, are part of facial plastic surgery, and orthodontics is a large component of that facial aesthetics area. But if we don't get hygienists thinking about it, then they're not going to bring it up to the adults. They'll identify the children, although many don't. So we need to be touching them. We need to have marketing strategies designed around dental hygienists. It can include categories like fun, the hygiene contest for hygienists of referring offices, a lottery. They can win baskets. They can win dinners. They can win, and these dinners can be delivered from local restaurants where you're supporting locally. People like that a lot. We've got all kinds of strategies around this, all kinds of fun things. They can win bottles of wine. You can have a Zoom wine tasting evening with 10, 15, 20 hygienists tasting the wine, talking to each other. You can have a hygiene study club that's educational but also fun with door prizes. Even if it's virtual, they win the door prize. The PRC, that's your marketing person, will drop it off at the office for them. And this is hygiene. You can provide hygiene education around the orthodontic patient. There's so many great things you can do to build those relationships. And as we get through COVID, we're going to have more and more, as we always have, live hygiene-related activities. If you can bring the dental hygienist over to your side, the ortho side, your referrals are going to go up. We have one client with a hygienist who turned on and is referring, as he said, it's insane that I didn't do this 5 and 10 years ago, because as they've gone to the referring doctor practices, they have more and more hygienists referring, and one who's just gone off the charts with fantastic referrals for orthodontics in the adult category. So, as always, we wish you ongoing orthodontic practice success and increased practice referrals.